You've heard of a pre-workout routine. I want to tell you about my pre-study routine. Routines are comforting to me. They help me to make sure that I have a series of steps that I can follow to make sure that nothing gets forgotten. Today, I'm going to share with you my pre-study routine. By the way, I'm Terrell, and this is Absolutely Studying. I bootstrapped my way through university while juggling a full-time job and a family. It was tough. And now I want to pay it forward. I want to supply you with all of the resources and support you need to flourish in your academic career. Today, we are talking about routines, specifically what to do before you study to make your study session the most productive and effective it can possibly be. I'm going to break down how I get ready for each study session. Let me know in the comments what routine gives you comfort. And while you're down there, if you have trouble thinking up new study activities that really keep you engaged and want to study, I have a study planner in the description that you might find helpful. My study and work sessions are all planned at the beginning of the week. I sit down and I block out exactly what I'm going to do for each day of the week, and I plan how much time I'm going to spend and what I'm going to actually spend it on. I do this at the beginning of the week so then I'm not overwhelmed trying to figure out what I have to do every day. That way I can assign tasks to each day so that I know that I'm going to dedicate time to each event over the course of the week. That way on Monday, when I'm studying for one class, I don't have to worry about if I'll have time to answer emails later on. I'll know I already scheduled time for it and that it will be addressed. I try to allot at least 30 minutes to 2 hours for a study session. That gives me a solid amount of time to actually jump in and get something done, regardless of if it's reviewing flashcards or actually getting in and writing notes. Or I can dive deep into a concept on a longer study session. I like to also do all of my study and work sessions in a Pomodoro style. I'll link a video above explaining the Pomodoro method and a full article below, but basically this is 1 or up to 4 25-minute focus sessions broken up with 5-minute breaks. That way it's enough time to really get in and focus intensely on something with a brief break to actually give your mind a rest. At the end of the 4 focus intervals, you get a long 20-minute break to do with as you please. I often will throw in something a little bit more physical, but also useful, like doing laundry or grabbing something to eat. And while I do those, I might actually slack off a little bit and hang out on social media or TikTok. The important thing is that those focus intervals are spent actually working. And the break intervals is when you get to reward yourself for your dedication. Finally, I plan what I do for each of those focus intervals on my Pomodoro notepad. I switch it up so that every block I'm doing something a little bit different. One block I might be reading, the next block I might be highlighting or writing notes, and the third block I might be doing flashcards or putting together a practice test. Each one of those blocks are broken up so that I have something to look forward to. If I have to read, I know that I'm not reading for an entire 2 hours. I will have something else to do in my next focus session. If it's a long chapter, I might have 2 non-consecutive focus sessions where I'm reading, but I usually like to break it up at least a little bit. Maybe I'll do my reading for biology for 1 focus interval, then flashcards for chemistry, and then back to reading for biology, just to break it up. That way I don't have to bore myself and try and pressure myself to muscle through something I don't really want to do. For each of the focus intervals, I write down in my Pomodoro notebook what I'm going to do and actually hold myself to it. Before I sit down, I will gather everything I need to study for all of the same blocks. Because I planned out what I needed for each block, I know exactly what equipment I'm going to need. So I'll gather all of my books and highlighters or all of my flashcards and everything that I'm going to need to do that before I sit down to study the first block. That way, I don't have to waste a single second of my breaks running around and trying to gather things that I need. I already have it there and I can actually enjoy the reward of having a break and spend it however I want. Next, I keep everything organized on a shelf for each subject. This is one way that I used to keep all of my notes and stuff together. That way everything wasn't strewn about. When I needed to pick up and study a subject, I just grabbed that stack off the shelf, brought it over to my desk, and it was never more than a step or two away. That way everything was already sorted. I didn't have to leaf through anything. It was all organized together and ready to go. Next, I grabbed a snack, a drink, and my blanket. I didn't want to have to break my attention for anything. I would wear comfortable clothing, but I would still have a blanket on hand in case I got cold or just wanted some extra comfort. I had a snack even if I wasn't hungry because chewing actually helps with studying. Link above. And I even had a drink just in case I got thirsty or wanted a drink. If I was studying something that I really didn't feel like studying and wasn't in the mood, I would often get myself a treat, whether it was something to eat or a Starbucks, so that I could have something that I enjoyed as an incentive to do something that I didn't enjoy. So rewarding myself ahead of time because I'm worth it, and so are you. Finally, I turned off all of my notifications on my phone and closed all of the browser windows. The least temptation I had to procrastinate or wander off, the better. So even on my laptop, though I love playing video games, I don't keep video games on my laptop. It's too much of a temptation for me. Instead, that is my work session, and when I sit down at my laptop, I know I'm gonna work. If I don't put temptation in front of myself, then I don't have to worry so much about succumbing to it. I have an entire video and article on different ways to increase your productivity while you study. I'm going to link that video up above and the full article down below in the description. If you need some other tips on increasing productivity while you study, I really suggest checking it out. And if you need some study suggestions, don't forget to also pick up that planner. It has more than 20 study suggestions to help you cover the entire semester. There's space to plan out exactly how you want to spend each study session, and there's even a Q&A planner to create practice tests. The link is in the description below. Head down there, grab one, it'll really help. While you're down there, like this video and subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Thursday, and they are always about study tips, organizational hacks, and homework help to help you through the study struggle. You can also visit my website. There are a ton of free resources and useful articles for you to learn, organize, and study. And until next time, I hope you have an amazing adventure.